attention and time here this afternoon. I want to indulge you, or you will indulge me for a moment. I have several folks that I need to thank. But an endeavor such as this, as we've gone about in the Tennessee Department of Agriculture Division of Forestry over the past several weeks, really going back in many cases to the 1st of October, take something that is signified by the men and women who are standing behind me today, and that is teamwork. And we're here to exemplify that today on behalf of our Governor, Bill Haslam, as well as the partnerships we have with the federal and local agencies that are represented here. I'm Jay Templeton, the Commissioner of the Tennessee Department of Agriculture, and would be remiss if I did not start out by thanking the men and women who most of you have become to know wearing the yellow shirts and the green pants, and that's the men and women of the Tennessee Division of Forestry of the Department of Agriculture. They have performed a yeoman's job and put their lives in harm's way time and time again to suppress these wildfires, and we're so grateful to them for their service and their training, and thank you for that. I also want to thank the many volunteer firefighters that have come to our aid, to the aid of their neighbors all across Tennessee. We will be hearing here shortly from Commissioner David Purkey of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security, but the partnerships that we have had, particularly over the last few weeks as the investigations have really come to the forefront with law enforcement, has been tremendous. We appreciate the TBI, Highway Patrol, TDEC with their park rangers, as many of local officials and agencies as we could call on. They have all been there to be with us and to work hand in hand as we try to solve these arson investigations. I appreciate here in Cott County, just as we have had great support all across the East Tennessee and the Cumberland District from local officials. Mayor Ottinger is here with us today. EMA Director Benton is here. Jana Chambers with the local health department is here, and we appreciate their support and all of the support they've given our people out here in the field. I'm very appreciative to TDOT. Matter of fact, I had a long conversation coming over today with the Deputy Commissioner there. They have offered even more support to us as we keep these fleet of bulldozers and transport trucks operational. TEMA goes without saying, without the Tennessee Emergency Management Association, it would be very difficult to have this kind of response as we have had in Tennessee, and we're grateful for them being here today as well. Our State Fire Marshal's Office under the Commerce and Insurance Department, we have Tommy Morlock with us today standing behind me. We have representing the Cherokee National Forest, the District Ranger, Leslie Morgan. Leslie, thank you for being here. Our Chair of the Senate Energy, Ag, and Natural Resources Committee, Senator Steve Southerland. He will be speaking to us in just a few moments, as well as the town of Del Rio for the volunteer firemen, for the law enforcement, for the community support. It's really been overwhelming to our men and women who have been out in the field to have all of the donated goods and groceries and snacks and water to be brought to them, and we thank them as well as the Chaplains Association and the Red Cross for their support. As I said earlier, for over a month, much of East Tennessee and portions of Middle Tennessee have been affected by wildfire. We at the Department of Agriculture have under our stewardship the forest system across Tennessee, and we take that very seriously in how we protect our natural forest resources and how we protect the property and lives that interact daily with those forest resources. So we want to spend just a few moments with you today. You'll be hearing from some folks behind me that will give an update on the law enforcement aspect of the operations across Tennessee, as well as the firefighting response as well. I do want to again reiterate that yesterday Governor Haslam instituted a burn ban in 51 counties across Tennessee. Essentially, those counties mirror the East Tennessee and the Cumberland region districts of the Tennessee Division of Forestry within the Department of Agriculture. And what that regional burn ban means is that there's not permitted to conduct any open-air burning in those counties. The ban includes campfires, the burning of brush, vegetation, household waste, and construction debris. The ban will remain in effect until December the 15th. If weather conditions that we hope have improved, if they have not, the ban, I'm certain, will be extended beyond that date. I want to be mindful to remind our citizens that a violation of this burn ban is a Class A misdemeanor, and it's punishable by a fine of up to $2,500 and up to 11 months, 29 days in jail. We are taking this very seriously, just as we want to send a message today to arsonists. And I also want to remind our citizens, be very careful. One, nowhere in Tennessee today are we granting burn permits. There are 51 counties that has a governor's burn ban. And there are 2 counties in Middle Tennessee that have a commissioner's burn ban, which raises the level, if you will, of punishment should those be violated. About half of the fires that are currently burning in our state today have been deliberately set. And when you have conditions that are very dry, the fires are going to happen. But we cannot tolerate those that are deliberately set. It's a crime, and we're not going to allow it. Our ag crime officers have been working many hours. They have met with great success in several cases, and you'll receive an update in just a few moments about that. Also, I'm pleased to announce that in the past 24 hours, the reward fund has grown. I want to recognize Kevin Hensley with the Tennessee Farm Bureau. There in front of me, we also have local leadership of the Cott County Farm Bureau here. The Tennessee Farm Bureau has added an additional $500 to the reward that will lead to the conviction of an individual that's responsible for an arson fire. And also the Tennessee Forestry Association is also contributing an additional $500. That will raise the amount of money available for reward to $2,500 per occurrence. I want to remind you all of the arson hotline, and for those who may be watching, to at any time call 1-800-762-3017. That hotline is answered 24 hours a day, and you will remain anonymous. As I started out earlier to recognize the men and women behind me, it's about partnership. And in state government today, that's one thing that we view the entire operation of being in state government under Governor Haslam is we're an enterprise. We work hand in hand. We have had no better partner as we have made these responses, as we have engaged in investigations in the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security under the leadership of Commissioner Purkey. They have been with us hand in hand from the very first. So with that, Commissioner, I would like to invite you to come up and make any remarks that you would deem appropriate.
Well, thank you, Jay, and let me just say before I get started that the Commissioner of Agriculture and myself are both former county mayors. In fact, I was the county mayor in Homeland County, the county next door here, for 16 years. And we, along with Mayor Ottinger, we take it very personal when we watch the land in our counties burned. We take it very personal. And that's important to me that I convey that, particularly when it involves criminal activity. I want to take advantage of my couple of minutes just to thank our partners, like Jay did, both on the federal, state, and local level. We cannot mitigate these circumstances unless we all work together, because we don't have enough people to handle it ourselves. But when we work together, when the 3 entities of government team up and work together, we're very effective. And I think that's what you're seeing statewide now. And I would say this, in speaking directly to those folks who have taken it upon themselves to involve themselves in criminal activity when it comes to these fires. We're coming for you. We have engaged all of the investigative efforts in state government, including our intelligence analysts this week, coming up with very good information that is leading to these arrests. The arrests that the Commissioner has already addressed and other arrests that'll be coming. So look over your shoulder. If you're going to engage in this type of activity and destroy the beautiful forest land in our counties, we're coming for you, and we're not far behind you. Also, I would say this to you, to everyone, and this comes from the governor's office. this morning. If one of our first responders is injured badly or is, God forbid, killed fighting these wildfires, I can promise you that the full weight of state government will come down upon you. We take that very personal. This is dangerous business. It's dangerous for our firefighters. It's dangerous for those people who are in the air supporting these efforts. It's dangerous for law enforcement, EMS, and if one of these first responders is injured or killed as a result of your actions, then the full weight of state government will come down upon you. And that comes from the governor's office and the message that I wanted to relay today. Thank you for being here. Fortunately, we're doing better, as the commissioner mentioned, and we're doing better across the state because of our partnerships and everyone that we have standing behind us. It's my pleasure today to introduce someone that's not only one of the most influential chairmen in the state Senate, but also a good friend of mine from Hamlin County. We were friends long before either one of us was in politics. And I would ask Senator Steve Southerland to come forward. This is his county. He takes this very personal too, and I know he's got some remarks. Steve.
Thank you. My name is Steve Southerland. I'm your state senator, and I just want to start by thanking everyone that's really worked hard out here. You know, when you look at the forestry division, they've, look at the dozers up here. We've got several dozers up in the mountains, and we want to assure you that all the state's equipment is available for Cocke County, and we're going to make sure that we put a stop to these fires. So it's something that you don't have to worry about. We're going to be there. And we want to thank these volunteer firefighters that's come out, the forestry division, everybody. When you think about being out here at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning up on the mountain and you don't know what you're going to run into, if it's a bear, if it's a snake or whatever, and yet volunteers are bringing out food and water and everything. You know, the Red Cross has been here. I know Food City just dropped off a truck of water and food. We'd like to thank everybody for their volunteerism in this. That's what it is, the great state of Tennessee, and we're all working together, and we just like to thank everyone who's had a part in this. Thank you.